For tuning in to Biz Talk. If you have any comments, you can email us at biztalk@banama-tv.com, or you can tweet us at biztalk502, or you can call us at 0326937008. And today we're talking about healthcare innovations with Leonard De Cruz, the Managing Director of Soma Medical Syndrome Heart, and also Jay Mohan, the Executive Director of Soma Medical Incorporated. Right before we went for a break, we had a look on your products at your office, so probably you can elaborate a little bit.
Yes, Mr. J just now was kind enough to tell us the applications of our IAQ solution protocol. That's what we like to call it.
Right.
In hospitals, but I would like to tell you more that it also caters to the public.
Okay.
And give you examples of a few other sectors that are using the IAQ solution protocol. As for the public, one in particular will be those who are on dialysis. You know, the immune system of a patient on dialysis is compromised, and therefore they are required to live in an environment or be in a
clean environment.
So we've got air sterilizers that we supply to these people.
Right, patients.
And even the dialysis centers use our equipment because they know that people coming for treatment need to be looked after.
Okay.
And quite recently we have had international schools calling us up because there's been this outbreak of foot and mouth disease.
Yes.
And we've got our TiO2 solution that we spray in these environments where they keep the preschool students. And using a combination of the technology we have, we were able to successfully address this cross-contamination that was happening as a result of this foot and mouth disease.
And probably Mr. J, what I understand that you are Soma Medical, the Medical International Business Partner, and you have a tremendous success on the solution protocol in India and now UAE. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, you know, while focusing on the hospitals, we also found that these products can be catered to general public.
Yes.
You know, places where public gathers, like, you know, the malls, theaters, and then coming down to their homes.
Right.
Everywhere there's, you know, any living space, Soma can be there. Soma can offer our services to improve the air quality and surface quality. We have lined up these products again to general public. We're trying to market it, you know, to their homes through tie-up strategic alliances with multinational companies, not only in Malaysia, in India, and the GCC, that's the country which you are referring about, UAE.
Right.
We're planning to sell it to direct to end customers.
I see.
And these are very economical now. Earlier these were expensive, but today because of the volume business we are generating, the prices have also come down substantially.
Right, because of the mass demand from public. And now, can we have all these products on the table?
Yes.
There's some at the side of you, so probably now you can elaborate on the products that you have.
Okay. Firstly, I would like to just share with the public that we all have heard what a HEPA filter is all about.
Okay.
And most people are unaware that all these HEPAs have got actually a rating to it.
Okay.
It's called a MERV rating.
Okay.
So when somebody tells you I've got a HEPA filter in my system and is unable to tell you what is the MERV rating of the HEPA, it means they are unable to precisely explain to you what kind of microbials are you able to remove from the air, what kind of contaminants are you able to...
Even the word MERV is alien to me. So what is MERV actually?
It's minimum efficient rating value.
Okay.
Okay, that's exactly what MERV means. And just to give you a little bit of illustration, this would be something that you would use in a environment to sterilize a room or something, and it literally has got to look something like this, be this kind of size, and made of specialized material. Now, this is exactly how it looks like. Now, you can find something commercially available, that incidentally looks like this, and is also classified as a HEPA filter.
Right.
So you can visually understand by just looking at these two things that they do a variety of two different things. You know? One literally addresses the problem and one doesn't do anything at all. But yet they are known as HEPA filters.
I see. Does it has to be that size?
It does not necessarily have to be this size, but basically what I'm trying to say is you cannot be addressing pathogens or bacterial contamination in the air with something as small
as this. Right.
And because there wouldn't be sufficient airflow, air exchange that takes place for you to be able to remove the contaminants from the air.
Okay.
And you have heard of what people generally call VOC, volatile organic compound. We have come to find out that some of the air fresheners that you
use at
home have actually got a very high level of VOC.
Right.
As you had seen in the video clip in my office.
Right.
How it actually goes beyond the permissible level and turns red, and it's quite dangerous. And these are carcinogenic in nature. And we were successfully able to address these VOCs indoors by using our active carbon filters. Here again, if somebody tells you I've got an active carbon filter in my place, it's got to at least look something like this. And you can literally hear the active carbons inside.
Right.
Now, I have been to organizations that tell me I've got active carbon filter at my place, and it's actually at the back of my HEPA like this.
Right.
So our intention right now is to educate the public, to tell them that even if you decide not to get something from Soma, at least be aware what a HEPA is supposed to look like, and what it's supposed to be doing, what an active carbon is supposed to look like. And if somebody tells you I got a PCO filter, photocatalytic oxidation filter, it's actually supposed to look like this. It's coated with titanium dioxide, and it's used basically to work in unison with UVCs to kill bacteria.
Right.
Now, if you had all these elements in place with negative ions, this is a product we developed that produces negative ions. Right up to 8 million negative ions are saturated into the air every time we turn it on. We put it into the aircon system, so the negative ions blow into the environment you're in. So don't worry too much about this sharp edges you see, pointy edges you see down here, because you're not going to be seeing it at all. It's going to be inside the aircon system.
I see. So how big a room would this equipment, how big a room should be to have this kind of equipment?
Basically, the client normally tells us in cubic meters how big a room they're trying to address as far as contamination is concerned, and then we'll tell them, okay, please tell us what kind of contaminants are you looking to remove, and we will propose the equipment solutions for them. It's for that reason we call it Indoor Air Quality Assurance Solution Protocol.
Right.
So the client tells us the problem, and we tell the client this is exactly what you need to do. Now, the uniqueness about the business is such that, or rather the sad part about the business is I cannot brag about which other clients I've done, because the clients wouldn't want me to go on air and say, you shouldn't have said that.
Right.
Now, we have actually done telco centers where people sit in very close proximity like this, and one of them happened to be having H1N1. And they literally had to close down the entire floor. Actually, it was a sector of the department.
The building.
But here, this is interesting because at the end of the day, it's the bottom line. Everybody is concerned about how much the organization lost just because we had to shut down the department. Of course, a few people are concerned about the welfare of the staff, but most importantly, the management immediately is concerned about the bottom line. Let's call Soma Medical, ask them to come here, tell them we got a problem, and give us a solution. Now, why did it have to be done after the fact? So we are trying to advocate that clients do this before
it happens.
Exactly. A big misconception that's happening right now is people think that if I stand 5 feet away from somebody contaminated,
I wouldn't get it.
I wouldn't get it. That's absolutely not true. And we have had doctors say, really? We have had a pediatric surgeon once told us, no, I don't think so. But I will show you detailed scientific evidence that shows whenever there is whenever we
someone sneeze or
something, the bacteria is encapsulated with some water in it, and due to humidity, this water evaporates, and it becomes a viron, and ultimately, because it's so light, it can actually float into the air,
Okay.
and it floats indefinitely
Right.
until it dies.
Okay.
But
Or it goes into someone.
oh yeah, exactly. And because in a building we have got what is known as an air exchange that takes place in every building. That means you've got a blower and you've got a suction.
Yes.
Right? Now this goes into that ducting system and could be deposited at 160 feet away from where you are right now.
Right.
So the contaminants actually didn't come from the environment that you were addressing, but came from somewhere else.
Okay. Probably, Jay, you want to add to what Leonard just said?
Yeah, the many examples now, the clients whom we are meeting, like as I told you, public places, no, a person walking into a hotel lobby or into any mall lobby
Okay.
could be carrying a virus,
Okay.
and this virus can go through your entire ducting systems and go into the managing director's room or
Right.
into any other room.
Right.
The bacteria and viruses which are released in the toilets, that's the same air which is going around all the other rooms.
And everybody is breathing the same air.
Yeah, it looks posh. The rooms looks all very nice, but the air is stale. So you already have a sick building syndrome everywhere.
Right.
The buildings itself are getting sick. So you need to have that preventive systems which Leonard was talking about.
yeah,
People
and
address it earlier.
Okay. And and we are going for another short break, and when we come back we will have Dr. Yogesh Sharma, and he is the cosmetic dentist and dental surgeon from Bangsa Dental Specialist Centre. And thank you so much, Jay, for being with us and talking about your experience and also about the products. And we have to go for another short break, so be here, stay tuned to Biz Talk.